This is the hearing aid I've been asking for years, and it finally exists. It's rechargeable, it's discreet, it fits straight out of the box, and yes, it even has Bluetooth connectivity. It's the latest release from Oticon, and it might just be the perfect middle ground between a receiver in canal hearing aid and a custom made in-the-ear hearing aid model. You're going to want to stick around for this one. In this recent poll, I asked you, my faithful YouTube community, which style of hearing aid you were wearing. And there was a resounding response towards receiver in canal hearing aids. And I would love for you to share the make and the model of hearing aid that you're wearing today. So let me know in the comments so I can tailor my videos specifically for you going forwards. Now, of course, it makes perfect sense that the majority of you out there are wearing this particular style of hearing aid, as they tend to be the most up-to-date, the most versatile, i.e. suitable for the widest range of different hearing losses, and they have the most technology crammed inside them versus any other style of hearing aid. But what if I were to tell you that this was all about to change? So today's announcement is all around the Oticon Zeal, which is the first of its kind. Well, kind of, and I'll come on to that shortly. I can only describe it as a modular hybrid in-the-ear hearing aid with its closest, and when I say closest, we're still talking miles apart, its closest counterparts being the Signia Silk or the Phonak Lyric. And the reason that I say this is because they're the only in-the-ear hearing aids that don't require an impression to be taken of your ear. And yes, that does have its advantages, but there are some downsides too. And I'll run through the positives and the negatives throughout today's video. You'll also love to hear that this new kid on the block is also rechargeable, has artificial intelligence for better understanding of speech and noise, and it's impossible for you to miss this antenna, which wraps around the bowl of your ear, giving you access to full low-energy Bluetooth functionality. You want to know some more? Keep watching. Now, I think it's worth starting off by saying that none of this technology is actually new. Oticon, stop. I can hear you screaming at your computer at me right now. Hold on, I am going somewhere with this. So, discretion, that's not entirely new. In-ear hearing aids have been around since the 90s. Modular design, so no impressions needing to be taken. Well, Signia have done that with their Silk for a few generations now. Rechargeability, well, we've had almost a decade of advanced lithium-ion rechargeable hearing aids now. What else? Bluetooth connectivity. I think the first Bluetooth hearing aids came out in 2014, released by Resound. Artificial intelligence powered sound. Yes, this has existed for ages as well. So, how can any of this be new? Wait a minute. This is the first time that we've seen all of these features combined in a single hearing aid, ever. I am shocked. So let's break that down, starting with discretion. Oticon are boasting that they've used technology previously reserved for pacemakers and windmills, meaning that all of the components are moulded into one solid unit, which is an industry first. As a result, this means a smaller size, it means better durability, less moisture damage, and therefore less repairs, which I have to say are way more common in in-the-ear hearing aids versus behind-the-ear hearing aids. So this is all music to my ears. Then moving on to this multi-purpose active antenna, which isn't just a Bluetooth antenna, it also acts as a retention arm and extraction cord, and after 24 hours of use will start to mould specifically to the shape of your ear. For those of you unfamiliar with Bluetooth hearing aids, in short, it means you can stream phone calls, the radio, music or podcasts directly from your phone to your ears, with the sound being produced also compensating for your individual hearing test results too. Plus, it means you can make adjustments using the Oticon companion app to the settings on your hearing aids, such as adjusting the volume, the bass, the treble, or accessing different programs which you may have built with your audiologist. And this hasn't been possible before with previous Oticon CIC or smaller hearing aids. So this is a big deal. For those of you familiar with the Oticon family of in-ear hearing aids, you'll know that this is a first for them. Using a 312 size rechargeable battery, you'll be able to get up to 20 hours of life with a 3-hour charge. And the charger itself also contains a built-in lithium-ion battery. So if you're away for a weekend somewhere without access to power, you'll be able to charge on the go. Now, it would be strange if I didn't talk about sound quality at some point during a video on hearing aids, and Oticon are claiming that this is a big deal for them. They reckon that these in-the-ear hearing aids still deliver their full brain hearing platform, utilising motion sensors, the artificial intelligence deep neural network for better speech understanding and background noise, plus their more sound intelligence for accurate adaptation based on your specific surroundings. They've got a frequency range from 80 to 10,000 hertz. So if your hearing loss falls into this shaded area on this graph, then they're technically suitable for you. Now, being a modular design could potentially mean that they wouldn't be as great a fit as we would tend to get with a custom-made in-the-ear hearing aid, which involves taking an impression of your ear, sending it to a manufacturer, and then having a hearing aid specifically made for your ear canal shape and size. Well, this is true and not true at the same time. They are still customizable in the sense that Oticon have a wide selection of medical grade silicone domes that can be added to the end of your hearing aid. Or, if your ear and your hearing loss warrants, you can still have a custom made tip added to the end. Before making this video, I caught up with Oticon behind the scenes, and they seem to think that around 30% of patients wearing these hearing aids will end up with custom tips, and the rest with their generic rubber domes. Your audiologist should advise you of the best setup for you based on your ear canal shape and size. So the big question is, are these hearing aids suitable for you? Well, if you've been wearing in-the-ear hearing aids and you feel like you're missing out on Bluetooth connectivity, rechargeability, or a more advanced sound processing, or perhaps you love earbuds and you're new to hearing aids but want something that looks and feels similar to those earbuds, or perhaps you're currently wearing receiver and canal hearing aids and you're interested in something that bridges the gap without sacrificing performance. If this sounds like you, then this new tech may well fit the bill. And finally, before you go, yes, Auracast is coming. Not for launch, however, I have been advised confidently that it's on the roadmap. Now, saying all of this and all of these positive things that I've said about these hearing aids, I wouldn't bother buying them. No, I'm kidding. I like to joke with you. Well, kind of, I'm kidding. I wouldn't consider buying them until you've thoroughly researched every hearing aid that's available, which you'll find in this video.